So how do I go about drawing this graph? Okay, so I want to start with the center. So where is the center of this graph going to be? Well, this has been horizontally shifted pi over 4 to the right. So that's where I'm going to start. So I'm going to maybe draw in my y-axis here, and I'm going to show pi over 4 to the right, maybe right about here. Okay, and then once I have the horizontal center, that's my horizontal shift, I'm just going to use my period to figure out where the left edge is and the right edge is. So that represents the center. And my period is going to be pi. So I'm going to go half a pi to the left. So if I go pi over 2 to the left, I'm at negative pi over 4. And that represents the left edge of that graph, which is an asymptote. I'm also going to go pi over 2 to the right. So that's going to be right about here. So that's going to be half pi here. And that's going to be 3 pi over 4. So pi over 4 plus half pi is going to be 3/4 pi. So there's my right edge of my graph. Now, since there's a vertical shift, I need to show the vertical center. So I'm going to maybe put the vertical center right about here. That's going to be 1. And as I draw that across, that allows me to locate the middle of the graph. There it is. There is my middle of the graph. So I'm going to draw in my quadrants here. There's my horizontal center. The red line represents my vertical center. And now with that center, I can just draw in my graph. So this is a vertical flip. So instead of normally going in this direction, okay, I'm going to now flip that graph. So it's going to go in this direction. Okay. Now, I could just sketch it in like that. That would be good enough. But if we do want to keep track of a reference point for that flip and the expansion, I'm going to go to the middle point, or the 45-degree point. So starting at the middle here, I'm just going to highlight that here, starting at the middle and to the right edge, halfway in between is going to give me that point there. And if I want to go to halfway, I normally would go one up or down. But in this case, because of that vertical expansion, I'm going to go, instead of up, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 down. And that's going to then allow me to show a vertical expansion. Okay, so it's going to kind of stretch out like that. And then I'm going to go halfway the other way. Instead of going 1, I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, way up here. And then that's going to show a vertical expansion in that direction. And I can actually locate that coordinate. That's going to be positive 4 because I've gone 3 up from the middle. And this coordinate down here is going to be negative 2 because I've gone 3 down from the middle. Okay, so I may or may not ask for that vertical expansion. If we didn't ask for that vertical expansion, as long as you got the right orientation, as long as the graph is going in this direction with that shape, following the asymptotes and going through the center, that would be generally good enough. That green graph allows me to show, by plotting that expansion coordinate, it allows me to show this graph in a little bit more detail. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that.